Hi there. Long time no talk. So I might be a little rusty at this video because it's been several months since I've done anything, but it might be time to come back. I can't promise anything. I just know there's a few things I need to talk about real quick and catch you guys up. So first I want to say hi, Myra. And I went to a little bit of a conference last weekend. We left on Sunday. We went to the conference on Monday in North Carolina and came back on Tuesday. It was literally the first time I have been out of Indiana since COVID hit. And while I was at this conference, someone came up and recognized me from my YouTube channel and follows me on Telegram. So I haven't completely disappeared. I just quit doing the videos. I'm not sure why, other than some of the stuff I just didn't want to talk about in the open with family members. It kind of felt like I had people spying on me, and I'm pretty sure there's probably somebody that'll be watching this. And so anyway, that was one of the reasons I kind of held off doing anything, was because there were people that didn't need to know my business. And since I tend to be an open book, I tend to say way more stuff than I should. So I think right now I don't have anything to hide. And again, wanted to say hi to Myra. And that's one of the reasons I decided to do the video. And I also got on YouTube, I think it was yesterday, and saw several other people that were asking, like, is she okay? And other people knew I was on Telegram and Facebook. So I guess people missed me, and I didn't really know that. So I appreciate you guys who are still here and watching this video. All right, so let's talk about some of the stuff that has happened in the last few months. I do not remember the last one that I did, but I will say today I feel pretty good. But I had been what I would call excruciatingly tired. I've never been diagnosed with chronic fatigue, but sometimes I felt like I had it. I just could not do anything other than the bare minimum sometimes. And I don't know if it's just because I'm sucking in all of this energy from other people, probably some of the crap that I was eating and drinking. So I removed some of that stuff over the weekend. I was walking and stuff, and I kind of quit doing that because it wasn't helping me get any energy. It was just making me tired. So anyway, I've had to do some adjustments, and if that works, then maybe I'm going to have a little bit more energy, and maybe my creative juices will start flowing. So since I have talked to you guys, I bought a new car in August. Not a new, brand new, but a used 2019 Honda Accord. And I used CarMax, and I had a fabulous experience with CarMax. And I also felt like my guides and my family who are on the other side were pointing me in the direction of this one specific car. And so when I saw it, I was like, I think that's it. And then when I drove it 5 minutes later, I was like, I'm good. So the fact that when I say one of the reasons I had not been out of Indiana for years was because I did not trust that truck. I've shared some of the problems I've had with that, and I just didn't trust to get very far out of town, and I drove it to and from work and to the grocery store bare minimum. So having a vehicle that I can drive around town and not be afraid has improved my mood a lot. So maybe some of that tired, stressed trauma from things that had happened with that truck is maybe starting to work itself out of my body. I don't know. But that has been interesting, and I knew that I would think this. I knew I would think, oh my God, I should have done this sooner, but I just wasn't ready. I just needed to see how far my money was going to last before I spent a big chunk of it. And it's been like a little over a year since I closed on my dad's house, so I still have some money left in the bank, and I haven't like completely went through that or anything. And so I just needed to know that I was still going to have some there to back me up. So I do. And let's see what else is going on. So I need to stop and think, because I feel like I'm going to be all over the place with this video. So one of the things that kind of has come to me, and maybe you guys can help me with this. I've kind of been watching that stuff on that 3i Atlas. Does anybody remember or know who it was or where it come from? For some reason, I feel like, 5 years ago, I remember hearing somebody talking about ships coming in and some people going up in ships when like the event happened. Back then it was an event was going to happen. And then I think maybe a lot of us decided COVID was the event. Maybe there's lots of events that's going to happen still. Maybe COVID wasn't the only event. I feel like maybe there's another event that's going to happen. And I just started thinking that maybe this 3i Atlas ship is our ancestral people, our galactic ancestors who are here to watch what's going on down here. Someone I watched over the weekend had said that, and I was like, you know what? That resonates with me, because I remember hearing, and maybe it was from Allison Coe, it could have been from Crystal, that energetic alchemist, or it may have happened from a BQH or past life reading that I did a few years ago. I can't remember because it's been so long. It's like we studied all of this stuff 5 years ago and we soaked in all of this stuff, and then we didn't get to use that information, and I've kind of forgotten about it, but some of it's starting to come back to me now. So I started thinking AI Atlas might be our people, because if you follow Dolores Cannon, she talks about how humans came about and they just kept like trying to get stuff to go. And there are people on the outskirts of the universe or galaxy or whatever who are interested in seeing how humans have developed and where we're going. And so part of me wonders if that ship, I don't think it's a comet. I know some people are calling it a comet, but that does not resonate with me. That maybe there are beings on it who are, kind of hanging out, watching to see what's going on down here. I also have a friend, Heidi. She tends to take a lot of pictures of clouds that have things that look like ships in them, covered up ships that have very unique things in the sky. So I know I've heard that before, that they were all going to be like coming down to watch. And so it kind of feels like that's what's going on, is like we've got a lot of people watching. Something is getting closer and closer and closer to happening again. And I don't know, that just seems like that resonates with me. So if anybody knows what I'm talking about, who was talking about people going up on ships when an event happened, let me know so I can go back and do a little research on that, because that just kind of started coming to me the last day, maybe yesterday or something. I started thinking about that. So I also, Sky Prince, is it Sky Prince or Sky Princess? I don't know. I did post it on Telegram. I've started having some different people pop up in my recommended list that I've never seen before. One guy called Big Daddy. I think he's a truck driver, and he's been doing stuff for about 7 months. So I told Lucy I thought maybe he had taken my place, because he seems to be about my age maybe. But anyway, he seems to be a truth teller. And so he's got some interesting stuff. I feel like some of the stuff he's talking about might be older, but I don't know, whatever. Anyway, check him out. And then Sky Prince, I think it's Skye Prince. She's from Australia. She did an hour-long video of the Trump medbed little thing that showed up on Truth Social and then disappeared. So of course that has been making the way all weekend. And so I watched what she said. So anyway, something's about to happen. I feel that in my bones. And when I quit doing videos, it was right after Trump got into office, and things were happening so stinking fast. There was no way I could do 3 videos a day. There was no way I was going to be able to keep you guys up on anything. And so I just kind of didn't even try. You know, it was like you guys were going to find out better information from other people. And I didn't even really have opinions about anything because I was like stunned like a lot of you guys. So anyway, I think for now, I'm sure there's stuff that I'm probably going to forget, but I just wanted to say hi. I am still alive. If things do start happening, I will have stuff to talk about because there will be just stuff to talk about. So anyway, welcome back into my world, I'll say. I don't know. Anyway, I will catch you guys later. And I'm sure when I get off, like I said, when I get off of here, I'm going to go, damn it, I was going to talk about this, that, and the other. I'm rusty. Remember that? I'm rusty at these videos. So I will catch you later. It's Monday after work. I don't know if I said that. It's the 29th, September 29th. It's right after work. And I tried to do this morning. And I was sitting in the parking lot at work, and the sun started coming in my eyes, and I was stuttering all over the place. So I feel a little more alert, and I could get my words out better today. Anyway, I will talk to you later. Have a good evening. Bye.